Good morning, students. Today's lesson is on diligence. The title of the story is Doing a Little More. How long does it take you to perform such activities as clearing the table, putting away the breakfast dishes, or making your bed? A half hour should be enough. If it takes you longer, perhaps your slowness is deliberate. For 2 days, Abraham had been thinking about getting a job clearing a cornfield. He was somewhat afraid of being turned down, but the day before, his father had fallen from the roof and fractured an arm. He was now immobilized and was not able to chop wood for several weeks, so the family would remain without money. Abraham knew that he would not be able to cut enough wood to meet his father's usual orders. He was only 11 years old. He needed to find work. Then he recalled Mr. Harding's cornfield. However, his friend Jimmy discouraged him. "Abraham, I doubt that Mr. Harding will give you any work. He is very demanding. Both of my brothers tried to work for him and they stayed only a half day. He fired them, saying that their work was not done right." Abraham took a deep breath and, leaning on the hoe, stared at the modest cabin on the other side of the hill. He then said, "I will speak with him." Jimmy smiled and replied, "With luck, maybe you will get the job." While Abraham followed the narrow path that led to Mr. Harding's cornfield, he wondered, if Mr. Harding were to give me the job, would I be able to do it right? He had already cleared cornfields for 2 summers. He decided that if Mr. Harding accepted him, he would try to do a good job. Mr. Harding had lived in the same cabin for a long time, but no one knew him well. He did not appear to be friendly or have a good heart. Abraham arrived at the cabin, and as soon as he knocked on the door, he opened. A tall, gray-haired man harshly asked him, "What do you want, kid?" Abraham timidly told him, "Hi, Mr. Harding. Can I work clearing your cornfield?" "And you will do a good job?" asked the man. "I promise you that I will try to do it as best as I possibly can, sir." "Then start from there," replied Mr. Harding, pointing to a cornfield near the cabin. "At the end, I will tell you if you have done a good job or not." Abraham worked hard. Many weeds and a lot of brush grew between the corn stalks, and it took him time to remove them. It was noon, and Abraham thought he had done half the work. He stopped to eat a snack that he had prepared for himself and to take a sip of water. Then he returned to work. Since Mr. Harding had not appeared throughout the day, Abraham thought that Mr. Harding had forgotten about him. The sun was already setting when the cabin door opened. It was Mr. Harding. "That's all for today, kid." Having said that, he closed the door again. Abraham took a look at the cornfield. There was still a row of corn stalks to be cleared. He could finish the work. Therefore, he returned to work. He was almost finished when he heard footsteps behind him. It was Mr. Harding again. "It is time to stop," he said. "I heard you before, sir," replied Abraham, "but I wanted to finish the work." Mr. Harding was surprised and was about to smile. "I did not know that there were still kids who wanted to continue their labor outside their working hours." Abraham felt happy. Meanwhile, Mr. Harding continued speaking and smiling. "That kid will be a very important man." That happened many years ago, before a young Abraham Lincoln became President of the United States of America. After this story, he cleared many more cornfields and chopped much wood. He always gave his best to his work.
That's it for today, students. Hope you understood the story and learned its moral. God bless. Have a great day.